Hard disagree. Cowboys fans loved watching this go-go gadget leg snapping.
Well, yeah, I think that was about as much about the visual of it as it was who it was or how, it's just one of those. That could have been a third stringer when you see a leg snap like that. People are going to.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was straight up disgusting.
I started watching it on the Twitter replay and then stopped.
Yeah.
It was forced upon me. Like, I had no other choice but to watch it because it was all over the internet, all over every website, all over every television. I don't want to watch that over and over again. It's disgusting.
No, not for me. Not for me at all. The worst. It was the worst. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, though. Fun Monday Night Football tonight. The Bills are playing. Who are they playing?
They're playing the Jets.
Okay, that's a good one.
The Jetropolitans.
It's the old versus the concussed.
So we're going to need a big performance out of Brees Hall tonight, which I'm sure we won't get. We have a fun halftime tonight where we're doing the raffles and the giveaways. We're going to talk about the Mets win over the Dodgers, which is impending, I guess.
Sure.
6-1 in the 6th. Big win for the Dodgers yesterday. Their scoreless streak of 33 innings. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Wow. 33 consecutive playoff innings without giving up a run.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive because they don't have any of their opening day pitchers.
Well, I was going to say that's how you know Kershaw wasn't pitching.
Good get. I like that. I like that little punchline there. The thing about the game yesterday was, if you're the Mets, you don't have to win that one. You do have to win this one.
Yeah.
You got to take one on the road because now you're going to do primetime in New York, afternoon in New York. That'll be on Friday. So you'll travel tomorrow, Tuesday. They'll play Wednesday, Thursday nights, and then they'll play Friday morning or whatever East Coast morning is. You guys know what I mean.
1 o'clock or whatever out there.
And so that'll be their thing. If they can seal the thing with 3 consecutives at home, is that unrealistic? A little. But does it set you up for success on the road if you get 2 of them? It sure does.
Oh, yeah.
Like it almost, if they finish this one today, which I think it's 6-1 right now, they end up being in a real advantageous position to the Mets, and we're that much closer to that super sexy Subway Series, boys.
Subway Series, that's cool too, but give me Yankees, Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to come back. God wants Shohei Ohtani in the World Series.
Yeah.
Baseball wants Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge in the World Series. I can't see a world where the Metropolitans are on their way to a Subway Series. The Dodgers are just too loaded in that lineup.
I'm not afraid of the Mets lineup because I saw them go scoreless in the first game. Oh, no, they put 6 on the board today. God, are you afraid? They don't have the pitching. Well, wait, they've only given up 1 run today.
Yeah.
How did you get all the way to the NLCS when you don't have anything? They actually have the whole thing.
Right.
I look at them, I go, you're the cutest piece of trash I have ever seen. You're the ugliest puppy I have ever seen. Like, I can't figure out the balance of the New York Metropolitans.
And what they did, like their horde of misfit toys that they got pitching for them that just came out of nowhere and they all turned into superstars this year.
Yeah.
Sean Manaea, who? Jose Quintana, who? Like, just revitalizing all these friggin' players. It's like they had Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, and Jacob deGrom last year. Now they don't have any of those guys, and they're pitching significantly better. It's nuts.
And then, if you're a Yankees fan, and by the way, Yankees, we're going to try to play on Saturday. Hear me out. Don't do it. Play in the afternoon. Do not play Saturday night when when Georgia and Texas are playing Saturday night. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't chance it. Because the DSs are only drawing 3 million people. Like, I get that New York will draw. I get that New York will draw for the Metropolitans. I get that they'll draw for the Yankee Doodles. I get all of that. You're not going to outdraw Texas. You're not going to outdraw Georgia.
No.
Figure it out, baseball. Set yourself up for success, baseball. Do the right thing, baseball. I'm encouraging you, baseball. I'm imploring you, baseball. Make it to where people will watch your damn thing.
Hey, a Chargers-Jets Saturday primetime game isn't going to draw what Texas, Georgia draws.
Oh, no.
They're going to crush. Every eye in the country is going to be on that game. Baseball doesn't stand a chance to go up against that.
Van and I are hosting Fall Fest at the Rio Rancho Event Center this Saturday. You know what we're going to be watching with one eye? We're going to be watching Texas.
I'll be watching baseball, but most other people.
You can catch Carlos Tenorio this Saturday on ProView Networks as he's bringing. Which high school game are you doing Saturday?
I will be at Milne this Saturday for an 11 a.m. kickoff on ProView Network, and I will be doing Los Alamos and Rio Grande.
Oh, get the out of town games.
Ooh,
Okay.
Grand, my alma mater.
The
Nice.
Hilltoppers and the Ravens.
There you go. That is obviously that'll be on Game
Did you say
Vision.
pill poppers?
Is that what you said?
Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers.
I thought he said pill poppers too. And I was like, and at first I thought he was talking about Rio Grande. I went there. I'm like, hey, come on. I went there.
One of these makes more sense.
That's yeah.
Saturday we get done with the 9-year-old in my life's cheerleading. So we get done with that, and then afterwards, I'm like, well, hey boys, like, and Luke, you've looked at me and complimented it. I'm down like 30 pounds.
All right.
So I go to get the keto crust at the Blaze Pizza. The keto crust at the
Okay.
Blaze Pizza.
Is it
I'm
just made out of meat? Is it just a meat bread?
dried meat.
Yeah.
So I go in and I'm going to get it because forget carbs and the sugar that they create.
Mm-hmm.
And in there is the Hilltopper cross country team
Okay.
because they're all wearing the Hilltopper cross country tops.
Carb loading.
Carb loading.
They're doing the opposite of what you're doing.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
And as far as because my favorite fast food is pizza. Miss me if you think you're some sort of fancy
Mhm.
brick oven.
Mhm.
Sit down.
Mhm.
You're better than me because you burn the bubble in your crust.
Yeah.
You put a tri-blend of cheese together. You try too hard,
Yeah,
brother.
for sure.
That's what I need.
Give me a paper plate and the corners of each pizza
That
hanging
is
over the
it.
paper plate.
Like I will look you in the eye and say, "What do you mean, Little Caesars isn't good enough?" I'll look you in the eye.
And not only that, when you're done with the paper plate, you can see through it.
Uh-huh.
That's a good pizza.
That's a
That's
good
my
one.
jam.
Yep.
So I'm at the Blaze Pizza. And the wait is usually very, very short. It's fast food.
Yeah, it's
That's
fast.
blazing.
And it's food.
Get correct. It was not with the Hilltopper cross country team. I was there for quite a while.
They didn't let you skip in line, you being one person.
Interesting you said that.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I should have given it. Hey, how about a little something for the
for sure.
Yeah, the presents.
Uh-huh.
Not TS.
Yeah.
CE presents.
Time is money, baby, and this is taking a lot of time.
What is that from a movie?
No, it's something I just said out loud just now. Yeah. It did sound a little Vince Vaughn-ian,
It
didn't
sounded like you were
It
in
sounded-
Swingers.
Yeah, it sounds straight from Vince Vaughn's mouth in Swingers.
That could be a radio bit.
Mm-hmm.
Something Van made up or a Vince Vaughn quote.
Okay, write
Yeah.
that down, Carlos.
Yeah. You're so honey, baby.
Is it honey now?
I was,
Okay.
I was playing the game. I was trying to get close with it. How was college football viewing at the Howies this weekend?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful. The Texas Oklahoma game, we always get a good crowd for that. It was not a good game, but it was a good crowd.
So's that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it also wasn't the worst performance from a team that weekend, So
I watched the highlights of Air Force and the Lobos. I did not watch it live. Miss me with any sort of ads. Don't care. I didn't know that Air Force would only pass the ball 11 times.
You're not familiar with their 1972 offense?
I am familiar.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I think 1972 is a little late.
It's generous.
Yeah.
It's generous.
I'm going to be honest. I had not watched a full Air Force game since the last time they played the Lobos.
Mhm.
I had forgotten. I felt a fool. I was embarrassed. And then I got real optimistic for the Lobos because even when they were up big, although they put in some of the other guys at the end of the game and Air Force got an opportunity late, which they really didn't because it wasn't as close as the score indicated.
Correct.
I never thought the Lobos for 1 second of that game were in any sort of turmoil, and I liked that feeling. It was an interesting feeling. I had not experienced that with the Lobo football team,
Yeah.
but I was very happy that they were able to do that and for the fan base that supports them. So way to go. Devin Dampier is very good. Also, I hand the ball off to anyone. It was a game of that nature.
I caught a little bit of the radio broadcast running in there, and they said that it's the first time since 1916 that the Lobos have scored 50 points in back-to-back games.
Good stat.
The guy, he was like, for you history buffs, the United States had not yet entered World War I.
Okay.
The last time the Lobos scored 50 points in back-to-back weeks.
We weren't even a state then, were we?
I think it was a territory.
We were a state.
Yeah,
They were
1912.
they were-
12. That's
yes.
right. 12. My
that's a
bad.
good get. Well, and you said 1916.
1960.
All right, so that means 96. So it was the 30-year anniversary of the Civil War. Pretty good.
Yeah.
The outgained were the Lobos in total yards, barely surpassed in passing yards, definitely outgained on the ground. But as we kind of mentioned, all the highlights were they really locking them down on their side of the field. Anytime Air Force was crossing, they didn't really know what to do when the field was tight, and that's because they can't spread it out. They can't pass it. This is the formula for them to lose every game forever. And the Lobos are currently sitting at 2-4. If you would have asked me at the beginning of the year where I thought they'd be right here, it would have been 3-3. I would have told you they would have beat Montana State.
Yeah.
And that so they're kind of only one game off the pace that I negatively assumed that they would have.
Mhm.
So I sit embarrassed and surprised of how poorly I was at predicting this thing because they're not as bad as I had claimed them to be. And they looked very good against the Air Force Falcons.
And they've got a handful of winnable games left. I mean,
Yeah.
Sure do.
Washington State's, I mean, really the only one that you kind of look at and go, okay, no. But I mean, everybody else
there.
Everybody else coming into this weekend was either 1-4 or 2-3 that they're going to be playing for the rest of the season. So it's not insane to think that they could squeak out to
Utah
couple more.
State beatable, Colorado State beatable, Wyoming will be tough, but they're beatable because they don't have a very good record. San Diego State is not. It's not their basketball team, so that's good. And then Washington State will be tough. And Van, you've been saying it all year. We'll get to end the season on a win against Hawaii.
Yeah, Wyoming and Hawaii. I think the Lobos are going to be favorites. Utah State's going to be really close. Colorado State will probably be favorites over the Lobos, but these are all winnable games for the Lobos. And I think they're all winnable games when you got Devin Dampier on the field. He didn't even have to force any action. Like, he was calm and collected and like just went through the game plan and played really solid football. Didn't need to do anything special, no big plays.
It's
Just
crazy to think he only has 6 games left in his Lobo career. If he wins 6 games out of the next 6, the Lobos playing a ball. What did I just say?
if they win 4 of the next 6, they could be in a bowl.
That's awesome.
we're at the tailgate talking to a friend of the show, Mo Maestas.
Nice fella.
And he said he's going to cut a check personally to keep Devin here. He said he's rounding up all the homies to try to keep Devin here next year for sure.
I got $100 on it.
Yeah, I'm in.
I played at Mo Maestas' golf tournament the other day.
Yeah.
There were enough people there that were willing.
Uh-huh.
How do you get 120 people into a golf scramble? Where do you fit them?
It's about 50 too many. Yeah.
I looked around and I did that move where you look around and you go, like you're doing the number where you're counting with your finger and you're going, this doesn't fit.
Right.
There's too many, there aren't enough carts.
Yeah.
Figure it out, boys.
This is going to be a 7-hour round.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I'm always the only fling golfer.
You're the only fling golfer I've ever heard of, internet included.
I'm low-key searching.
Somebody's got to start the trend.
There's got to be one person.
You
There's always one.
You're a pioneer.
If I buy you both fling golf sticks.
No. The
All
answer is no.
Interesting.
Luke's a maybe.
Luke?
I'll while I'm playing a normal round of golf, I'll take a few flings.
Mhm.
But if I'm going to get out, I'm going to play real golf.
Like, we actually enjoy the game of golf.
I love that fling golf has become so prominent that you now have to call golf real golf. Like, that's how much.
It's just golf. You don't have to say real
No,
golf.
I heard Luke say real golf.
I did say that, but I was just humoring you.
Bases are juiced in the bottom of the 6th. Infield fly for the first out. And the Mets continue. They just need a double play ball to get out of this one. Still up 6-1. When we get back from the break, we tell you what happened there. And we'll tell you what happened over the weekend in the world of professional football. Also, don't forget, we are at Howie's. Come to Howie's.
Mhm.
We will be here all night long.
Mhm.
And also, Van and I didn't work super hard today. So we will be here all night long.
All night.
Long.
All night long. All night.
You got one more in you?
I do. I got a bunch.
He's got all night in him.
Yeah. I got all night in me, baby, here at Howie's.
So sweet.
Yeah.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, to where if you're tuning into us, you're probably just waking up because it's Indigenous Peoples Day, a fun holiday, y'all.
Yes.
It's a fun one. Also, if you're a Cowboys fan, you probably got real overreactive yesterday, drank too much, went to bed early. The family was not upset that happened, and no one tried to bother you to get up early this morning because life is easier when you're not present after a Cowboys loss.
My goodness, did that game work out exactly as I scripted or what?
Oh, my God.
They had fun. They dominated every facet of the game.
25 trick
They
plays.
ran a bunch of trick plays. They tried so desperately to get one of the big boys in the end zone. They had fun. And I guarantee you, I don't know how big the number is, because cognitive dissonance is a very real thing out here. It's real sports fans. But I guarantee you there's some Lions converts.
Oh, there has
Some people 100% jump the Cowboys ship.
been the Lions super troll afterwards. They put up this stupid rah-rah speech by Dan Campbell on social media. And I don't watch any of that stuff, but they're like, oh, the coaches are wrong. We love it. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, just say it the way it is. It's not hard. Just say it's not hard to beat the Cowboys. Like, that's all you have to say. Say that one thing.
This has been the Cowboys' MO in the whole Dak era, is they beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they lose to good teams.
By a lot.
Sometimes embarrassing. Like
I
they
think
did
it
on
goes
Sunday.
beyond the Dak era, before the Dak era. I mean, that's how you sum up the Jerry Jones era. It's just
This is
After-
a correct sentence.
after Jimmy Johnson and minus a little bit with Parcells in there. It's just
There was not one period of that game. There was not one snap of that game where you said, oh, the Cowboys are comfortable here.
no.
No, the Cowboys got this. The Cowboys look like an organized team that can produce anything. Not one.
Mhm.
How
If,
mu-
if you're like, Fred, no, it was fine up until Dak Prescott threw the interception in the end zone in the first quarter. Are we talking about the first quarter?
How McCarthy still has a job today is beyond. There's losing and there's that. That was a lack of effort. That was a team that gave up. I mean, that was hard to watch.
I mean, prime Aaron Rodgers. You only get one fluke Super Bowl with prime Aaron Rodgers, and then you have a billion-dollar organization until Real Madrid's next round of numbers come out, the most valuable franchise in the world, the Dallas Cowboys, and you can't win with that war chest. It's sad.
Aiden Hutchinson underwent successful surgery, repair a fractured tibia and fibula at Baylor White Medical Center in Irvine, Texas. Hutchinson will return to Detroit this week and is expecting to make a full recovery. Don't expect him back this year.
No.
Okay.
Those injuries are terrible anyway, but when they happen on the road, it's just that much worse.
Oh, I agree. You ever had to travel with a busted
Oh yeah,
limb?
yeah.
The Lions have to trade for somebody. You can't replace Aiden Hutchinson. He's one of the best in the league.
Good tight end in Minnesota they could get.
You got to do something. You got to at
Max
least
Crosby.
3/4. Max Crosby ain't going
Stop, what are
nowhere.
you doing?
Max Crosby ain't going nowhere.
I'm just saying.
He's the face of
Max
their
Crosby.
franchise.
Let's be honest. The Raiders season is over,
No.
so might as well.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
so they don't want to sell
draft pick.
jerseys anymore? What
The
is this?
Raiders season was over week 0. What are you talking
Might
about?
as well get the draft picks.
Oh.
Let Matt Max go to a winning team. He deserves it. And
Because they've
maybe we'll
traditionally
buy-
done so
my
well
dad-
with their draft picks.
Mhm.
Yeah, But my dad's also a Lions fan, so maybe that's just a biased statement on my end too.
Dak Prescott was 17 of 33 for 178 yards, 0 tutties, 2 interceptions. And I don't know what this last number means, but I hear people talk about it a lot. 42.2 passer rating. I don't know what a passer rating is. I've been in sports talk for 22 years.
Yeah.
If you ask me the formula of a passer rating, I would say pass.
Yeah, I know the perfect pass rating is 158.2 or something, which makes it even more confusing.
So he's the third good. No, he put him an absolute stinker.
Yeah, no.
He's a turd good.
Still better than Deshaun Watson.
They have
So
yeah.
that's nice.
Deshaun Watson had a little run yesterday where he had some points, except here's the thing. We don't talk about him. Also,
Poorly. We do. We talk about them poorly.
Van, I know you often place this bet, but I don't believe you placed it over the weekend, so I would like to make fun of you.
Okay.
Did you place any scoregamis over the weekend?
I did not. That's a bummer.
Idiot!
That's
You
a bummer.
dumb son of a gun!
That's a bummer. It's a bummer.
47-9.
I
The
didn't-
Troy Lions and Dallas Cowboys have committed an act of scoregami. There you go. Are you familiar with scoregami, Luke?
I am not.
All right, so you're about to get smartened up a little bit.
That is a unique score that's never happened in
Never-
the history of the sport.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of them left anymore.
No, not at
No,
all.
I was gonna say.
There's like a handful of them that are really tough. Like I think they're like in the history of the NFL, there's only one game that's had 4 points.
Hmm.
Like so
Two
there-
safeties. It's like a torrential downpour the entire game or something. It was just. Well, yeah, everything changed. I used to get into it a long time ago. I used to get into a 33 pool every year, and then when they moved the extra point back, it changed everything. Because before that, it would hit like once, maybe twice a season, and after they moved that extra point back, because if you miss the first one, then you go for 2 on the
Yeah.
second one to try to make up for it. And then all of a sudden, that 33 comes into play.
Well, and if you're playing a friendly game, not a gambling game, a Super Bowl squares,
Mhm.
it's now fun again. So
Sure.
you don't have to have a 0 or a 1 or a 7
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
a 4.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Those were the only numbers that mattered, and now they don't.
yeah.
Scoregami is the art of building final scores that have never happened before in NFL history due to the unique nature of how points are scored in football, where it is impossible to score 1 point on its own, as well as the rarity of a 2-point safety and 8-point touchdown and 2-point conversion. There are a lot of scores that are possible but have never happened. There you go, scoregami.
The highest winning score of all time was 73-0. And then the most points scored in a loss is 51. So there's a lot of scores left.
Have you ever seen the Simpsons episode where they just keep beating that dead horse to death and that little kid is crying
Mhm.
and he's like, or not dead horse, Itchy and Scratchy at Itchy and Scratchy Lane.
Yeah.
And they're like, stop it, he's already dead.
Yes.
That's what Cowboys fan felt like. Cowboys fan felt over the weekend like the kid at Itchy and Scratchy Land watching Itchy and Robot Scratchy, who become murderous, be killed. That's what this was.
They were up 40 and trying to get touchdowns to their right tackle. That's so dirty, dude.
Is this real? It was Jerry Jones's birthday on Saturday?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. That makes it so much better.
But Ben, you should be excited. There was a Cooper Rush sighting in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. My ginger brother.
How'd he do?
Not great.
Not any worse than the rest of the team.
Are the Lions this real or are the Cowboys that bad?
Combination.
Sprinkle of both. Lame stock answer, but it's both.
The Lions also still had a little bit of chip on their shoulder from that game last year with the penalty at the end, you know, and everything.
Mhm.
And so that was they had plenty of locker room material all week, I'm sure. And Campbell being a former Cowboy, and there's just a lot that ties that. But yeah.
Whole bunch of football the rest of the weekend. We'll go over whenever we get back. It's been a banger one today. I don't this second have an Isham Dental soundbite. I want to have an Isham Dental soundbite. We should have just done the crying baby noise that we always do when the Cowboys lose.
Yeah.
But we will figure that out before the end of the program. And if we don't give it to you over the air, just keep in mind that Isham Dental is our spot. Like, I know we talk about them all the time, and I think it's fallen on deaf ears a little bit. Only $50 for your denture repair. Are you kidding me? Also, all your insurances, they absolutely take care with Medicare A and B. Go check them out. If you sign up online, ishamdentalabq.com, you get that free offer of what? That's exam and x-ray. And Scott Isham will take his digits and insert them in your mouth.
Usually have to pay extra for that.
No, it's
just part of the whole deal
yeah,
there.
It's part of the deal
Yeah.
there. So there you go. It's 2 men on. Carlos, you're the only guy on the show that hasn't had Scott's fingers in their mouth. How do you feel about this?
I'm a little left out.
You are a little left
Great
out.
dental,
Mhm.
Yeah.
You need a little help, brother.
I think I need some Isham Dental and some Scott in my life. I really do.
I mean, I haven't had them in my mouth.
Right.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at Howie Sports Page. Let's go.
Yes.
sir.
Have all these people been here since the Dodgers game started?
Yeah, most of them. It's been a great day already.
So many people.
No,
here.
it's been a fantastic day already and only getting better.
So obviously we're creatures of habit, human beings. Our normal Monday Night Football seats are gone. Like,
They're already gone.
How are we going to
Yeah.
adjust to
It's going to be weird.
There will be a little changeover in the grad, so we'll see.
Do we need to wallflower? Do we need to go over there and do our best? Like Jacob Dylan? Like, what is our move here?
But we haven't done a good pool table sitting in quite some time. You know, Howie's on Monday. You cover the pool
Okay, good
tables.
call.
They're just 2 extra tables.
We could be the pool table boys.
Also, I'm usually not a fan of sitting at the pool tables here at Howie's because it's like the most well lit spot.
Yeah, and you don't need
And
to look good.
oh my god, I am so good looking in the dark.
I've
Like,
got a dimmer on those. We can fix that.
oh yes,
I can
let's
drag that
go.
down.
Let's go.
Dimmer for the dummy. And I only called Van a dummy because he said Caleb Williams was not good.
Now hold on.
23 of 29, 226 yards, 4 tutties, and a single interception. He's your best quarterback from over the weekend. And I can't believe how bad the Jaguars are.
It is sad.
Yeah.
I was looking at the NFL standings this morning when I was doing my research.
Okay.
You know, obviously, we all know where I do my research in the
Yeah.
mornings.
At work.
Yeah, at work. And the whole NFL season is playing out exactly the way I said it would, to the T, except for Jamarcus Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is sad what's happened to that franchise.
I mean, that was a home game for them, too,
Yeah.
in London.
Mm-hmm.
They got beat up on real bad. They don't look good. They don't look like a competent NFL team. And you specifically don't look like one if you're making the Bears look good. The Buccaneers were the team of the week if Caleb Williams was the quarterback of the week. They put it on. Baker Mayfield, 325, 4 tutties, did turn it over a handful of times, but it's not like that super mattered. Also, those weren't like the worst passes in the history of football.
No.
Like, okay, Spencer Rattler sucks.
I mean, that's his first game in the NFL. Like, I'm not going to blame the kid. I was so desperate in my 2 quarterback fantasy league that I rolled with Spencer Rattler.
How'd that
So
go?
him getting positive points was a huge plus. Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah, he's playing his first NFL game against a division rival who is significantly better than them. Like, it didn't go as poorly as it could have.
And it was close for a while.
If anyone in your fantasy league puts a big move for Sean Tucker, they're wrong. He's not going to be good.
The internet disagrees with you aggressively.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He's the truth. He's the guy that's going to save your fantasy team. Don't wait till waivers like somehow get a hacker involved in your fantasy app and get him on your team right now. Don't even wait for waivers.
Derrick Henry cannot be stopped. There's no other way to describe. He and the momentum of the Washington Guardians came to a halt. It was not Jaden Daniels' fault. Let's be very clear.
No,
on
not
that.
at all.
That dude can go. But the Ravens are too good. And with 22 right there, if you hand them the ball and you need them to chew up any amount of time, it will be chewed up.
It's disgusting, the Ravens having Derrick Henry right now. Yeah. They were good rushing with a bunch of burnout guys who are always injured. Now they got like legit GOAT running back. You're taking the pressure off of Lamar Jackson. You already got that good defense. Like
they can score
dangerous.
They can score big chunks of points, but they can also grind out like 9-minute, 70-yard drives
100%.
that take up most of the quarter and get a field goal and just.
Like you two said, as far as their grind and their good D, like these guys cannot be stopped when they're out there.
Okay. Yeah, that was very sexual. Very, very sexual.
Cruise control were the Green Bay Packers on against the Arizona Cardinals. Vans home away from home. Arizona Cardinals team couldn't hold it against Van's favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is the real deal. We no longer have to have this conversation about if he's healthy, what he can do. This is it.
Jordan Love looks like the real deal. He's running the game plan perfectly, spreading the ball all around the field. I thought Kyler and the Cardinals, like I'm big on them this year to steal a few games. I thought they would keep it closer than this. But the Packers and Lions and Vikings and Bears, the NFC North is looking deadly.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Green Bay Packers, Romeo Doubs. 2 tutties,
They rewarded that crybaby with a week off and 2 tutties. I don't get it. Don't get it. But welcome back, buddy. You're a weapon.
You're doing it, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. Kyler Murray, not an NFL quarterback. The Colts and the Titans was low-key kind of fun. Like, these teams are terrible. Indianapolis stormed back in the fourth quarter. They did that whole thing. Joe Flacco will be rewarded by losing his job next week to Anthony Richardson returning from injury.
I saw most of the second halves of the morning games, and this one was such a snoozer. I'm surprised they scored positive points. Like, I thought they would both be in the negative somehow. I know that's not the rules of the game, but the way they were playing, like, they should be penalized. They should shave points off the score because they were playing so poorly. That was a snoozer.
Tony Pollard did not look bad.
No.
The conversation kind of stops after that.
Yeah, but everyone else on the field looked awful. Awful.
Also looking awful in his debut in the NFL was Drake May. It's not him proper, though, I guess, right? Because he's playing with the Patriots. They're
help.
not good.
No help.
He threw it for 3 touchdowns. In that same 2-quarterback league, I played him. He gave me a fair amount of points. If you like him in fantasy, I say keep playing him. He's not going to win you games yet. Also, the Texans are very legitimate.
Yeah.
They're a team that could score 10 points every quarter. Like, they're going to get you 2 scores every quarter, and that is unstoppable in the NFL.
And a pretty good defense.
And their running back's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of got it.
Well, like I said, they're building a culture there, and they've got kind of a 4-year window while they're not really paying a quarterback. And I think that's the future of successful franchises right now. Instead of overpaying quarterbacks, is just find a young one that's good and go on a 4-year cycle and spread the money around. We're going to have a point where the offensive linemen are be more well paid than anybody else and well deserved.
Because we don't talk about the Eagles and the Browns, we'll go to break, and whenever we get back, we continue from Howie's sports page as we're hosting Monday Night Football tonight. Also, it's okay. A bunch of friends of the show just showed up. We're in trouble, guys.
Yep.
It's going to be a good night.
I'm going to start dialing Uber now. Oh, boy.
Just schedule one.
This is why are Mondays like this. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are, of course, at Howie's. That's the intersection of Trainway and Montgomery, where we're doing our halftime raffle the way we always do. Come hang out with your boys. Top of the 8th. The Mets are up 6-3 over the Dodgers, and it has been a Lindorable Mets game.
That is really cute what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
Arriba La Raza Benitos.
Somos Venitos. Is that what you're trying to
I was
do
really
there?
trying to do
there
that.
you go. That's close.
Speaking of the United, they clinched it over the weekend. Let's go. Big tie for the United. They're the champs of the Western. They're in the thing. Joining us is Luke Markwith. Welcome back, Lucas.
Thank you. Yeah, it's duty called for a moment.
Okay, well, we say restroom on the show. You do whatever you like.
DUTY.
The Mets are batting in the top of the 8th, looking to extend their 3-run lead over the Dodgers. And it looks like they're going to go back to New York with this series tied 1-1, which is obviously not the best case scenario for the Mets, but as good of a case scenario as they could have heading into midweek, heading into New York to host the Dodgers of Los Angeles.
Yeah, just wait till Shohei Ohtani hits a 5-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to win this for the Dodgers.
Van.
Uh-huh. Sir?
Over the weekend, I watched one of those. It was like on my algorithm where it was like made in like 1980, but it was what the NBA will look like in 2020. It was like a future forecast, and they were all like very wrong on everything.
Were they just showing robots?
It was, what was the name of the broadcaster that got fired for leaving weird voicemails?
Marv Albert?
No,
that was the
He got
biting.
fired. Yeah, he got fired.
That
for
was
something
other
way
things.
different.
Yeah.
it was Grant Napier.
Oh, yeah.
So, so anyway, so he was like one of the guys, and they were like, in the year 2020, there'll be a 4-point line. And they're going on, and you're like, it's actually not that. I mean, the guys shoot from far enough.
12-foot rims.
Yeah,
And
that was one of them. Yeah, it was like 11-foot rims, and it was every team's center will be 7 foot tall. And you're like,
Got that one right.
yeah, you're like, this is actually pretty accurate. Like, this is, except they're all shooting guards.
yeah.
Chargers and Broncos over the weekend. That's a big deal if you're into the AFC West. If you're not in the AFC West, it was not a big deal. Justin Herbert was slightly better than I said he would be, because I said he would be the worst quarterback of the week. He wasn't, because he went up against the worst quarterback of the week, and that was Bo Nix. Chargers won it after trying to lose it late. What were they up? 23 rip?
23 rip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they gave up a bunch of them in the fourth quarter. You almost thought Denver was going to come back and do that thing. There just wasn't enough time left in the game.
I mean, if they would have played 5 quarters, I mean, I had the Broncos winning this thing.
Oh, yeah.
They were a completely different team in the fourth quarter. I don't know if that's energy or stamina, or they just kind of gave up when they got up 23 in the fourth quarter.
I gave up after 23. I totally get that.
You did. It's been all downhill
It's been
since.
all
too.
downhill
Yeah, it's been
since
rough.
then.
Been rough.
Also, nobody likes you when you're
23.
Thank you. I really
You're
do.
welcome. Mhm.
Saturday night, I went to Taking Back Sunday in the Used at the Rio Rancho Event Center.
Oh no, how are you emotionally?
I didn't realize I didn't know any music from those two bands.
Mhm.
I thought Taking Back Sunday, I thought that their discography was Panic at the Disco. I thought that was the same band.
They're all the same.
So that's what I thought too.
Yeah, they're all the same.
So I got up there and I was waiting for the Panic at the Disco songs that I knew, but the sentence name Panic at the Disco is a different band than the sentence name Taking Back Sunday.
Right.
And I knew none of the music.
Was
How-
it just
how
an
many-
arena full of Derek Carr lookalikes?
Nice.
There was a point where, and it was explained to me by one of the individuals I was with, that they were mosh pitting, but they were doing
Were
it.
they?
That's what I said too. Because they were doing it in a counterclockwise circle,
Mm.
which I don't want to be that guy, but we're not in Australia.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're gonna circle a mosh, like let's do it the American way.
Right.
Clockwise.
Sure. And injure people.
Yeah.
Flailing elbows. And
Yeah, for sure.
Is that a band too?
Nice. I mean, there were obviously a bunch of sad white kids, but were there any Hispanics at the disco
No.
on Saturday?
Zero.
No, there weren't.
No,
There weren't.
that's good.
Okay.
I looked down at the crowd and I had a moment where I was like, are we in Denver?
Mm-hmm. Right. Sad Denver.
Are we in, is this the Fillmore? Are Van and I on a weird double date with two gals we'll never see again while seeing Incubus after recovering from COVID?
Literally happened.
Van?
I don't know why you went to that concert, but I mean, obviously, because the great show that Rio Rancho Event Center puts on every
Venue
time.
banger.
Beyond,
venue.
beyond that, I don't have a lot of reasons why you would go to that.
Even if it was Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, either one.
The headliner was The Used,
Okay.
which I had confused with the famed St. Louis band The Urge.
Oh, so you didn't know a thing that was going on.
I had no idea.
Okay.
I thought that band was the Steve Ewing-led number The Urge, which had such bangers as Jumped In, featured on the 2002 Spider-Man soundtrack. But no, The Used.
Are you just trying to out crappy band us right now? Like, what are you doing?
You
here?
win.
I don't-
So I didn't know any of them. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
Right. Yeah.
Fellowship was good.
Skinny jeans and guy liner.
A lot of that.
Right
Did
down
you-
guy line.
Did you wear your nicest black shirt?
I wore this exact same Pearl Jam shirt that I'm currently wearing.
That's kind of gross, but whatever.
Hey, I'm into it.
What did I wear?
That's a Pearl Jam thing to do.
I
If you're going to wear a shirt.
You know, I have one of those like VIP parking pass things or whatever, right? So I showed up later than most people probably would that were excited for this show. And they had put up orange cones. And I said to the guy, I said, hey, move that orange cone.
Mm-hmm.
I have the pass. And there was this long standoff
Right.
where
Like,
he had to believe the orange cone was law.
right. Yes.
Once it's placed, it cannot be unplaced.
You know how light these cones are?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do it, I will.
I have to.
Like,
It
yes.
will- I will run it over.
I have normal human dexterity. I can pick up an orange cone myself.
Steelers beat the Raiders. Their quarterback did not look bad in Pittsburgh. All of the Raiders looked bad. Every single aspect of that team is a bad football team. I know, I saw them. This is the one I watched the whole thing of.
I mean, that's awesome when you got Vegas on your schedule and you get a free home game.
Super sweet.
Ah, lucky them.
There's no way they can bring Russell Wilson in, right? And
Trade him
take
to-
Justin Fields out.
Trade him to the Raiders.
Do something.
Dolphins need a quarterback.
You trade him to the Raiders for, what's that cat's name? Adams?
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Because the Pittsburgh Steelers have a rich history of doing very well with head case fighters.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Martavius Bryant, who? Antonio Brown, who? What's the current cat they hate? George Pickens?
Pickens, yeah.
He's wild.
With the
too.
eye black last week, and
He wore eye black?
he had a message to the coaching staff and quarterback
Oh.
written on his eye
I
black
know,
about
right?
his
I don't know.
perpetual openness.
Always bleeping open.
Or I believe it was open bleeping always.
Open
I
always.
think he did it backwards. Open bleeping always.
Like Alsop should be.
Yes.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Finally, as we wrap up the weekend yesterday, I don't want to say that the best game was Atlanta over Carolina because Carolina's so bad, but it was so fun to watch because it was, if you wanted to explain how football worked to someone who had never seen football, there was nothing unique about this game. It was incredibly cookie cutter. You say, okay, here on this down, they're going to do the exact thing because you don't have to plan anything special against Carolina.
Don't matter at all.
You just go out and you be vanilla, the flour flavor, not the extraction.
Hey,
of the
they're a
bugs.
better team since Dalton's been playing. I mean, they've been
Better
competitive
than what?
than they were with Bryce Young.
How many times did he turn it over? Two?
Well, yeah, you're going to get that out of Andy Dalton, but he kept them competitive.
Yeah, they look like an NFL team when he's the quarterback.
If Kirk Cousins can turn to his left and hand it to 25, and then he can turn to his right and hand it to 7, they're going to be okay in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Those two dudes, I think Robinson ended up with less than 100 yards, but there was
Right.
at one point where they both had 100 yards, and it was the first time since like 98, whenever the Dirty Bird was the thing.
Now hold on, that
so-
never went away. They still dirty bird it perpetually in Atlanta.
Is it a rap thing or a real thing?
That's both.
Carlos Tenorio back at the studio, and he is handling our intros and outros. Carlos, you need a heads up on any of this, or you got it?
The struggle bus is real today.
We can tell. We're on the same page with you. Just hit the bumper, and we'll take it away. You ready?
There you
Love it. Love it. Hey, who cares about top of the hour and station identification? Only the FCC. Zooming on, live from Howie Sports Page, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
with producer Isaiah Johnson.
Mike's hot.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to the program. We're live at Howie's Sports Page. That's the intersection of Montgomery and Tramway. It's across from the new Goodwill.
Yes.
Nice Goodwill.
It's low-key super nice.
Yeah, it's
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
It is the nicest Goodwill. They don't have a dressing room, and I'm not trying to be a guy that overreacts to stuff. COVID doesn't exist anymore. Bring back our dressing rooms.
Do they not make a Goodwill with dressing rooms?
You cannot, if you go to the Goodwill and you're like, hey, I believe I will try this thing on before I purchase it.
Yeah.
They will say, sir, I'm sorry, sir. There is no room for you to dress in here at the Goodwill. Buy it. If it doesn't fit, whatever our dumb policy is.
Also,
You're gonna have to risk the $7.
Yes. That's not how you thrift store shop.
It's principle.
You just pick up anything you think you might like and you figure it out later. Whatever doesn't work, you bring it right back to them and give it to them. Like them's the rule.
Donate it right back.
The other day I bought a exclusive Jack Daniels tour flask thing. You know what I
Cool.
mean? Like you can only get it if you're a whatever. So it's like whatever, $2. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I pulled it up on the eBay and it was like pull that cord off there, you'll be better. I go on the eBay and it's worth like $75 or something.
Yo.
And I had one of those like moments where I was like, I could be a YouTube thing.
American picker.
Yeah, I could be a Goodwill guy.
They just lost one of the pickers, you know. Old Frank Fritz passed away a couple weeks ago.
Oh, bummer.
Oh,
I had no clue. The Lord.
Ah, the Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, possible idea for TV show. I travel this great country going to Goodwills, trying to find clothes for, hear me out, pro wrestling gimmicks, but not gimmicks that already exist, ones I make up in my head that moment, create a website to sell that weird clothing to pro wrestlers. Go.
I like it.
I don't understand anything you just said.
Let the outfit
What is
inspire the concept.
That's what I'm saying.
What you find.
Yeah. And I sell fully packaged together pro wrestling gimmicks. So like, let's say, for instance, I find a leopard print fill in the blank, and now all of a sudden I have a Paw Man.
Yeah. Welcome to the mat, the Cougar.
Right. And it's a hot lady.
You know, you do the play on words. You have the leopard skin, but you have the wrestler's called the leper, and he takes his arm off and beats the other guy.
Very
with it.
good.
So smart.
Yeah. And he's also called Papa, and he's a guy that sits you on his knee and reads you a book.
There you go.
I like it a lot.
Bores you into submission.
A sweater with patches on the arms, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the cardigan with the arm patches, the leather arm patches. That goes for Papa.
Tells you about government cheese.
Just reads you the Princess Bride.
This is very good.
But he does the voices. No, Ed.
Major League Baseball saw its best league division series audience since 2017, averaging 3.6 million viewers across Fox, FS1, TBS, True TV, up 14% compared to 2023. Baseball's back, boys.
Thank God.
Well, it's also two New York teams and an LA team. It doesn't hurt the ratings at all.
Okay.
And
As long as the home team
Shohei
fans watch.
Ohtani.
Yes, well,
This
that's
is Shohei bump.
I mean,
after all these years, he's finally in the playoffs, and it's
Wild.
paying off.
all he needed the whole time was a better team. Lindor almost took his head off with that last night. Did you see that throw across the diamond?
Yeah.
You're like, how on accident would that have been? The New York Yankees and Cleveland Commanders American League Championship Series to feature analytics focused. Oh my gosh, boys! Alt cast on True TV. So they're doing like, if you're a super nerd, you can get all of those things like where everything's going to have exit velocity, everything's going to have whatever, and you're going to have one of those analytics nerds on there talking to you about it. Also, Dexter Fowler. So
And Dexter Fowler.
And
Love Dexter Fowler.
Friend of the show, Dexter Fowler.
So tell me how little faith you have in your Major League Baseball broadcast team without telling me how little faith you have in your Major League Baseball broadcast team.
Well, I mean, you got to reach out to the dorks, too, not just the jocks.
Carl Ravitch is not the business. He's not a historic name the way that Major League Baseball has historically had. Them giving up Joe Buck, stupidest decision of all time.
I don't think it was their choice. He just wanted the big gig.
The big gig is Monday Night Football.
Correct.
But even that, ESPN's offering the alternate Manning cast, so I mean it's not that far fetched
Well,
to
it's
do the
tanked. Everyone has
For
gone
now.
back.
For now.
Yeah. Everyone's gone back to Joe.
yeah.
And I'll be that guy. Everyone can say he's the worst. He's been forced on our throats for the last 20. He's been number one for 20 years.
Yeah.
In every single sport he's been. He's simply the best.
He's pretty good.
Better
He's
than
pretty
all
good.
the rest.
He's pretty good.
He's better than anyone.
Well, give me Bob Uecker
Dang it,
every
Tina.
time.
No, not every time. In the game of baseball, is he also number one in football? Is he also number one in golf? Could he do NASCAR?
Hey, give me 6 beer Bob Uecker for anything.
For sure.
I'll take it.
If
Have him moderate the debate.
I'd be in.
Super
I'd be
sweet
so
on that
in.
one.
Yeah.
Give me Dana Carvey doing a Bob Uecker impersonation, mediating the debate. And I'd
That'd
be
be
in.
good too.
Oh yeah.
Have you been watching Saturday Night Live's 50th?
Not as much as I should be.
It's brilliant. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
There's some good ones.
Do you see Ariana Grande?
Did.
So Ariana Grande, who by the way is hilarious.
Yeah.
So she goes on there and she's doing like there's nothing better than the smell of your best friend's house. Did you see this?
I didn't see that
So
one.
she's singing. So she goes into her best friend's house or whatever, and she's like, "The smell of your best friend's house." It's the stupidest thing you've ever seen. Talking about like fresh cooking, talking about cleaning supplies, talking about how it doesn't smell like her house. Anyways, in the second half of the segment is the dad, her best friend's dad is a serial killer, and he's been using all these cleaning supplies to cover up
Oh,
this
there you
bit
go.
of like hidden bodies in the house.
This is why the house smells so nice.
Oh, it's the most brilliant swerve. And they have what? Universal money.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have all the money in the world. So the furniture is talking to you like it's like a background furniture in Pee-wee's Playhouse.
That's awesome.
It's the funniest thing of all time.
I got to check out that one.
I do.
Watch the 50th of Saturday Night Live is as good as anything I've ever seen.
I've also heard great things about the movie that just came out, the SNL movie.
Oh, I heard that was good too.
Yeah, I've heard phenomenal things. I'm actually going to go check it out this week.
Oh, right on.
They recast.
You want me to go with you? You said?
I'd love to.
Okay, yeah, I want to do that with you.
Mandate.
Like it's a rule.
Yes. It will rule.
Ariana Grande doing Celine Dion doing a UFC commercial.
So smart.
So funny.
Like it's better than it's ever been right now. Watch Saturday Night Live and tune in with us after this commercial break when we preview Monday Night Football tonight here at Howie's. Also, Yankees play tonight. They're taking on the Cleveland Commanders. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program as we preview the night tonight. The Buffalo Bills play the New Jersey Jets in football. Who do you got, boys?
Give me the Jetropolitans in an upset. They finally got to put it together sometime.
You know,
They just fired the coach.
I was going to say, there's that stat of like the wins after the first week after a coach gets fired, they always seem to play better. So,
Yep.
I believe the zombie of Brees Hall will also come to life tonight. You will see him perform against the Bills, and I agree completely. Buffalo falls apart. The Jets improve to 3-3, hold the tiebreaker over the Bills, and I think they'll be sitting atop the AFC East, which is crazy.
I still can't believe that there's been no more about Josh Allen last week. That was just kind of hush hush. I mean, he looked bad. I mean, and I'm sure that's why the league doesn't want it talked about, because it's not a good visual for the league in their talking about head injuries being a priority. But it was so we'll see how he comes out tonight too.
It's okay. He had an extra day this week.
Yeah,
An extra day off, buddy.
It's only your brain, man.
Yeah.
What are you even worried about?
You know how many body parts you have? That's only one of them.
2000 apparently, according to an old soap commercial.
The Cleveland Commanders go to New York City tonight. They will play the New York Yankees. Rizzo is going to start game one. Stroman's on the roster. I don't see Cleveland winning a game. Your thoughts tonight, starting with one tonight?
Carlos Rodon has looked like garbage so far in the playoffs.
Okay.
He didn't finish the year very strong either. I think this will be a closer matchup. Like Yankees and Dodgers, that's what the whole sports world wants to see, and I'm on board with that as well. But it's going to be a harder fought series than the Yankees just running away with it.
Did you see that Eric Adams was wearing a hat that had Yankees and Mets logo on it? I think that's pretty lame.
I mean, why not both?
Can't alienate any of the voters.
Alex Rodriguez said that the Yankees have an easy road to the World Series.
Not wrong. Thanks, Chicago White Sox. Get Detroit and Kansas City in the playoffs. It shouldn't even be there. Cleveland's a good team, top to bottom. They got good pitching. They got timely hitting. They got a superstar. They got a lockdown bullpen. If Cleveland can, scare together a couple runs early and go to that bullpen, it's going to be dangerous for the Yankees.
It's kind of that formula the Royals had a while back when they went it, where they had the three closers, basically, three specialists just pitch the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And if they got anywhere near there with a lead.
The guys at the top for the Cleveland Commanders, Smith, Gaddis, Heron.
Right.
Who's the other kid? Clace?
Yeah. Classe.
They've thrown more pitches than anyone from the Yankees. Like if you think fatigue in the postseason is a thing, those are guys who have been out there for a long amount of time and have, I'm not going to say struggled to find the strike zone, but struggled to get guys out quickly. And the Yankees will have a lot to look at from this previous series to set themselves up for success.
They're just so unbelievably lights out that, Cleveland, the organization's had a lot of success. They haven't won a World Series, but they're a 90-win team every year for the past 20 years. They've been in the playoffs a lot, haven't taken it all the way home. So there's not a culture of winning the World Series, but there's a culture of winning in Cleveland. I don't think they're scared. This moment's not too big for them.
Top of the ninth, the Mets are up 7-3 over the Dodgers.
Yeah, they just added an insurance run and maybe another one there.
Looks like
It's
another one.
Single up the middle for the Metropolitans. That puts runners on the corners. Less than 2 outs as Winker continues a Ben Zobrist-esque postseason run. What was the name of the cat? Rendon? Is that the cat a couple years ago who just came alive in the postseason for the Nationals?
Yeah. Got that big contract and fell off the face of the earth.
How do you do that?
Winker can hit, though, and he's got a great eye for the strike zone. His problem is consistency, but he's on one right now.
Stephen Vogt, Guardians manager, known winner, former Oakland A. So rooting for that guy. He's got the boys going. He's a player's manager, that's for sure. He might not be the best at strategy sometimes, but he's the guy that the players want to play for. And so, not surprised voters got the Guardians and the LCS against the Yanks. And on the Eric Adams comment, the A's and Giants had a split cap in 1989 during that World Series too.
I love that Carlos hasn't spoken on this program in over an hour, and he
Mhm.
mentions the Oakland A's immediately, just like 2 back-to-back Oakland A's references.
They had a split
Thank you,
city
sir.
in that series. I
Yeah.
mean, literally a whole split right through the middle of
Yeah,
it in that
for sure.
series. So
9-0 is the second largest win in Game 1 history of an LCS. That's how big of a deal like baseball is right now. That's how big, like, there's a new something all the time. Like,
Right.
I know that's not the biggest, but you get the point. Like,
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen this way anymore.
The resurgence is awesome to see. I mean, there's a lot of factors here. Like, baseball's more marketable now. There's more big stars with big personalities. Like, it's been a spicy
more
start to-
international stars.
more international stars, and it's been a spicy start to the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
that Dodgers Padres series, like, I thought somebody was going to get stabbed.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they did leaving the parking lot.
Yes.
As fans, but
sure.
Statistically,
Yeah.
someone in
Historically,
yeah.
accurately.
Come down to Howie's tonight. There'll be football on the big screen. There'll be baseball on the other big screen. We're going to enjoy the entire evening here. Halftime giveaways, free glizzies and snacks. Luke, what can the friends of the show expect for first timers?
Simply the greatest night of their life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Few words.
The start of something beautiful.
An addiction you didn't know you had.
Exactly. The start of a new tradition.
I think I'm in my 7th year of coming to Howie's. I've lived here 7 years.
Yeah. It's the first place I took you. I was like, I get your vibe, Fred. Let me show you Howie's.
Yeah. Here's a place you'll be successful.
I can show you the world.
Show me some free glizzies in a pitcher with a frosted glass, baby. That's what I want to see.
Also, fun donation night. Howie's making a donation to Watermelon Mountain Ranch. We'll be
Yeah.
accepting that at halftime tonight.
Yes.
Fun little fundraiser you guys did up here for they. So we're excited to help you hand that over to they.
Yeah, it was an honor of a good friend of the bar who's no longer with us. And so, yeah, we're honored to cherish his memory.
When we reached out to Watermelon Mountain Ranch, we said, hey, Howie's really interested in the donation. It's this amount of money, which I don't know if you want me to say on air or not. But they said, she said, what Sarah over at Watermelon Ranch, she says, oh my God, that's so perfect. Because there's a puppy that needs some surgery. And we're going to use this money. And we're going to save it. And we're going to do this. You go, that's literally how it works.
Oh, perfect. Always glad to help.
Also, no, never mind. It's a replay. I'm sorry. I thought the Mets tacked on another one, but I was watching a commercial break, and I was going to say, they just don't stop.
No, the bottom of the ninth is coming up. Dodgers are down 7-3.
I told you. Shohei Ohtani, 5-run home run.
You have foreshadowed it.
Is he batting fifth? Game one tonight of the ALCS, if the Cleveland Commanders get one on the road, like if they do, I don't have the confidence in them the way that I do the Mets. Like if they get one of these two in New York, I don't think Cleveland goes back and has the chance that the Metropolitans have against the Dodgers. I think the Yankees are just too damn good. And how long has it been? 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been 15?
The teens were the first decade in the history of baseball that the Yankees didn't win a World Series.
That's too long for that team.
Yeah.
You know, there's only 30 teams, and for the Yankees to not win one every 15 years is not actual. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't feel right.
Every 5 years. They're not a team that ever has to reset. They're a team that's always ready. And with that lineup now, I mean,
It's filthy.
every out's the hardest out.
There's no holes in the lineup. The 8-hole and 9-hole maybe are weak. You got 7 dudes you're going to trot out in the row that are hard outs. It's tough.
If you're a New York fan tonight, you didn't watch your Jets, you didn't watch your Mets, you didn't watch your Yankees.
It's crazy.
That's a sweet sports night. There's like not enough of that. At least that I can easily remember or identify. But I guess when it's a team, that's substantial in size, or excuse me, a city, you're gonna have those opportunities more often.
Earlier today, I heard that hockey started again. Are the Islanders or whoever playing the Rangers?
yeah.
Are the Rangers playing tonight too?
The Devils.
I'll never
more
know.
accurately,
Yeah.
the New Jersey team.
Yeah. I'll never know. But
The Rangers.
somebody might.
The Rangers are sitting tied in the first period
Okay.
against the Detroit Red Wings. So there you go.
Is there soccer today too? Like that's another thing I'll never know about. If it's not New Mexico United, like I have no idea what's going on.
The Islanders play tonight against the Avalanche. I mean, it's the whole thing up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's WWE tonight?
Otani leading off the bottom of the ninth.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind he will get on here.
No, there's one on already.
Oh, my bad.
Diaz in for the Mets. He's 8 pitches deep and I think touched 100 on the last one. And if he didn't, then that means the postseason graphic on FX1 is a giant fireball for no reason.
I doubt he sees a strike.
Carlos, I know we're at that time. What can we do to help you lead us out? Good job, brother.
All right.
Carlos back at the studio doing it for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you for bearing with me.
High effort. We appreciate the effort.
My favorite part was on the video stream of this audio format, you did a thumbs up instead of saying anything. Luke?
Coming out to Howie's for Sports Overload tonight.
Let's
I
go.
like that sentence. Van, final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but anything that we didn't cover, which is a lot, short show on a Monday, check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ, y'all.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.